Welcome, Blitzkrieg Gaming here with a hopefully new series, first series actually, um, that will actually be in a linear storyline. We are playing Cold Waters. This is the dot mod. This is the latest version of the mod, and as of August 2022, and I am absolutely loving this. We Honestly, if you love realistic submarine games, but you don't want ultra realistic, then definitely check out Cold Waters, the dot mod in particular. However, do start out with the vanilla game. Very good introduction. Of course, if you want ultra realistic, play the game that I did when I was in high school and high school, um, which is SSA. I believe it was Tom Clancy's or Sonar Lists. It's the same producers of Dangerous Waters. Well, either way, although I may have my information wrong, let's jump straight into this. We're gonna go ahead and do a campaign, but first off, no, actually, let's go straight into the campaign. Now we could do North Atlantic 1968. Difficulty is hard. No missiles available. Torpedoes must be used at short range to be effective. We could also go 1984. Difficulty is normal. We could go with NATO South China Sea 2000. Hard, very capable of submarines and weapons, but hazardous missions in the shallows. We could go with the USSR North Atlantic 1984, of course. However, I am going. Well, actually, on Her Majesty's Silent Service. Tricky. Well, I'm an American. I don't use British subs, and I do want a challenge, so we are going to go with a hard campaign. Hard difficulty. 2000. A major economic crisis sees the Chinese leadership make a military push to secure Hong Kong, Taiwan, and the vast oil fields in the Spratly Islands. A cash-strapped Russia, meanwhile, supplies the PRC with military aid. All right. Well, this is what we're gonna do. Now, viewers, be forewarned now that I have played this campaign before, and it is hard. Um, if you're impatient. However, there are some challenges to be said, and even more difficult challenges to be overcome. But with patience and dedication, you can do anything in life. And at the moment, more importantly, you can complete any mission successfully and with zero loss of life on your allied side. So let's go ahead and jump straight into this. Yeah, ignore these. Let's see. We are Ronald McNasty. We are going to, let's see, save file name under Blitz. Let's see, Blitz E2. Yep, 1. Cool. Now let's go ahead and start. Now we could play as the Sturgeon. Now its self noise is 118. Which is pretty quiet actually. The standard, if I remember correctly, is 133 decibels, according to the United States Navy, and their standards, which is a higher standard than the Russian Navy, or at least during the Cold War. So we could go with the Sturgeon class nuclear attack submarine. That would be something that would definitely be a challenge. We could go with the Los Angeles class. It's only 115 decibels. Now that's less of a challenge, but it's also very much a classic. Of course, we can go with the improved or the super improved. Of course, we can go with the Seawolf class, or we can go with the Collins class diesel electric. No, actually, as we're only doing subsurface vehicles, so in that case, I do believe we may play as a Sturgeon class. Tube stores are 23. Okay. Let's see, Los Angeles. Let's see, what else do they have? Seawolf. We could go as a Seawolf. I will say that sometimes I find this to be If I play with the Sea Wolf, I find it to play almost on easy mode. I say almost because this is still a hard campaign, and the enemy is capable. There, it's just not the. They do not have. They how do I put it? The majority of their military might in and below the waters are second rate, which may sound like an insult, but a lot of other countries primarily reside on third generation aircraft and third generation, um, well, previous generations, older equipment, something from the 50s and 40s and early 60s. They use third rate or fourth rate or even fifth rate equipment or vehicles by today's standards. Very obsolete technology. Yeah, so when I do say second rate, I mean it as a compliment in the sense that they have the at least common sense to throw in newer equipment at the enemy. So even though I do not expect too much of a challenge, what I will say is that it will be something to behold campaign wise. Otherwise, uh, let's go ahead and do the Sea Wolf. Actually, no, yes, we will do the Sea Wolf. We'll see how this goes. All right, I'm just simply going to read the headlines, and you could read the rest later. Straits of Crisis. Taiwanese declares independence, and tensions rise between them and China. Tiger economy collapse. Collapse of the Thai Pat in the spring. It's a global financial contagion that shows no signs of abating. Essentially, a stock market crash in East Asia. Russia's been hit hard, hyperinflation. China is starting to go down. Taiwan a bit with it, but not as bad as China or Russia. As a result, China is on the offensive in order to maintain its structural integrity as a government and as a nation. Uh, it sees no other option but to uh, forcefully gather resources to build back its economy. Okay, here we go. Now, first off, let's see. Tactical situation. Intelligence has discerned a pattern to movements of enemy at-sea replenishment tankers and tenders. A small enemy force, including one or two of these ships, is expected to sail from Shantou or Tou or that city to sail from that city momentarily for a rendezvous somewhere in the Yellow Sea. You are ordered to find and sink this group. You may also get a chance at the enemy warships. This group is intended to support, but tenders and tankers are the mission target. Sounds good. So let's see. Overall, our crew proficiency level is regular. Crew experience 0 out of 10,000. We have a regular crew. Fire control, regular. TMA, regular. Periscope, regular. Torpedo men, regular. Let's see. Damage control, regular. Navigation, regular. All right. Well, let's get into this, huh? Let's go ahead and first off, rearm and repair. Only for the. Let's see. Yes, we have no need for land missiles. And instead, I will throw all of those 8 back into torpedoes. Actually, we don't even need those either. We are a submarine. We are the silent service. We are the hunters of silence. We are silent hunters. We have no need for all these cruise missiles. Not unless we are directed towards on a specific mission. In which case, then I would come back to port to be refitted with whatever type of missiles are required. Otherwise, I'm going to keep 4 on there, 28 in stow, 8 tubes full. Let's get going. On the way again. Alright, I'm going to stop there. I don't want to get copyrighted for simply humming a song. Alright, looks like those are the enemy patrols. Let's go ahead and slow down a bit, yeah? There they are. Oh, oh yeah, they're coming to me. Let's see. Alright, depth 600, heading 148, speed 20 knots, no surface duct, and no thermal air. Well, probably because well, first off, let's jump into this, battle stations.
Con, less than 50 feet below the keel.
Alright, let's rig the ship for silent running. What a beautiful ship. Now, that is what I think it is. Let's go ahead and take a preemptive measure. Alright, looks like my self noise is starting to drop. Slowly but surely. Let's go ahead and see conditions. We have no contacts. Totally fine. Totally fine. Right now, our priority is to replace one of these torpedoes in the number 8 torpedo tube with a Moss.
Passing 200 feet.
Decoy or torpedo decoy, so to speak. It's nearly done. Passing 200 feet. Let's zero out. And let's see.
Con, torpedo room, tube 8 ready.
Our maximum depth is 1,968 feet. Irrelevant in this situation as seafloor level is at 323 feet. Thusly, let's go ahead and level out, we'll say...
Make depth 200 feet, dive by.
200 feet, yes. Actually, we will dive to 250 feet.
Make depth 250 feet, dive by.
In order to avoid enemy air patrols, so that way the shadow of us is not reflected from by the moonlight from us to the top layer of the water, so that way there is a outline of us even if it is daylight. Even if it is moonlight. So with no contact so far, zooming out, going to the tactical view. Looks like we have nothing, but that's actually a-okay. What we need here right now...
Dive at 250 feet, dive by.
Okay. What we need right now, first and foremost, is a total ray. I see. Well, if that's the case, then let's go ahead and...
Make depth 200 feet, dive by.
Wonder why it won't, probably because of all these underwater trees, plants. Okay, not a problem, not a problem. I still have my bow sonar. Yes, my bow sonar.
Damage control parties, enter the torpedo room.
That was an accident, but okay. Well, anyway. We are going to be
dive at 200 feet, dive by.
So I'm going to cannot be deployed. And why is that? Why is that the case? Well, this is interesting. Alright, well, let's go ahead and speed up time. I'm not detecting any contacts. Yep, there it is. Yeah. Okay, well, first and foremost...
Make depth 49 feet, dive by.
Nice. There it is. Did they deploy any sonar buoys? They have a tendency to do that. Well, either way, we're at 49 feet. So, let's go ahead and deploy our total ray. See if we can get an additional set of ears.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 185. Designated Sierra 1.
What do we have here?
Con sonar, new contact bearing 140. Designated Sierra 2.
Con, dive at 49 feet, dive high.
First off, let's go ahead and see what we can classify Sierra 1 as.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 176. Designated Sierra 4.
It's a Jiangchu.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as escort.
However, until I figure out the proper pronunciation for this warship, henceforth, until further notice, it is Jiangchu frigate. Alright, let's see. Actually, I don't know if that is what it could be. Let's see. It's gotta be an escort. No. Interesting.
Con sonar, Sierra 3 is classified as merchant.
Which is totally fine, I mean, they're all gonna die anyway. So, let's go ahead and classify our next victim. Target, I mean. Let's see here. Well, it's definitely... No, we don't know for sure if it's surface. Never assume. Never assume. Let's see here. Unless it's in high probability, of course. And in this case, it's a high probability the battle group contains no subsurface escorts. I mean, why would you? You're just replenishing SC. You don't need that. You just need to escort them.
Con sonar, Sierra 4 is classified as biologic.
I mean, it's certainly subsurface based on the direction of the camera. Yeah, it's definitely a whale. Alright. Alright then. We have another. I was just gonna say. We have another one. Alright, let's see here. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey. No, they do not add up. This does. Is that the improved version? Why, I do believe it is.
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as escort.
Well, in either case, whatever what are the distances? Well, we have a 73% solution, TMA at least. 74% solution. Let's go ahead and check this Jiangchu. We have a crew has a 37% solution. Okay, looks like they're all heading in a general north direction. And the Jiangchu 3, or improved as I like to say, although I have no certainty of knowledge whether it is improved.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 167, designated Sierra 5.
Sierra 5, is that the case? Let's see. Well, actually, perhaps you're trailing. You're a trailing submarine, waiting to end someone. In the eventuality of an attack, you are the boat of vengeance. Plus, it would also work in case any enemy submarines were trailing the group. And no, it's just you.
Con sonar, Sierra 5 is classified as biologic.
Oh, hey, look, this well to the south, right here, must be tailing this well. Mating season, okay. Horrible time for mating season. But that's okay. Well, actually, I think it's even more likely that one is lonely and the other is looking for a friend, and that one's like, okay, I'm slowing down for you, buddy, but I ain't stopping. Best hurry up. This one's over here saying, yeah, don't worry, buddy, I'm on the way. Like a train. Okay, well, by the way, back to business. Let's see. We have a 78% solution on Zhang number 3, or let's say Sierra 2. We have a 83% solution now, very nice. And Sierra 3 is our actual primary target at a solution of 75%. We're still working on that. And then the Jiangju has a 38% solution. Well, since they're all headed northbound, I better head directly east.
Come left to 090 Helm I.
Now it's just a waiting game. Okay. Looks like that we are turning to our left to head directly east. That also should give us additional information that can be plugged into the TMA or target motion analysis, which sometimes I like to call the TDC or target data computer. It's not proper terminology, I understand, but still, I like to think that there is a TDC that gets fed information from the TMA. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but that's how I believe that these submarines work. Although I'm sure there's public knowledge on that, I haven't done the appropriate research on it. But hey, that is A-OK. What is A-OK is the fact that these guys are about to have a not A-OK day. This one in particular. This
Con, helm, steady course.
Never mind. This AOR ship. It has an anti-missile defense. They placed the CWES on it. Okay. Let's see. This one though has a 95% solution. We ought to be able to see it in. No, because I have no visual solution on it. Not an issue. Not an issue. Of course, telling me. Why would I forget? Well, either way, this guy, he is pinging me. Well, correction. He is pinging active sonar. Because I believe they take after the Russian style of anti-submarine warfare. You just keep pinging and pinging because all you need is one received ping and you know exactly where they are and the depth. So, what do we got here for a Jiangsu friend? 48% solution. Okay. Okay, looks like we are actually about to begin combat here soon. Oh, did not. There you go. Total Ray is doing just fine. Looks like it's reeling in quite nicely. Unless it's reeled in. Not reeled back into the boat, but straightened out is what I meant. Reeled out is what I actually meant. I said reeled in, but actually, either way. Let's see here. We are at a depth of 49. Okay. Actually, we can. That one's there. This one is not too far off.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 201, designated Sierra 6.
Alright, well, looks like you are something. Let's figure out what you are. Let's see. I don't see it as a merchant. Whoa. Is it? No, definitely not. No. Actually,
Con sonar, Sierra 6 is classified as merchant.
What is it doing trailing behind? Oh. Unless that's simply a merchant ship. Yes. It would appear so. This one has a CWIS and this one does not. Although, just because it doesn't have CWIS, does not mean that it cannot have armed escorts. This AOR class looks like we're getting a real good solution on it. We're gonna speed up time here just for a bit, but not before we check Jiangchu 3, or improved as I like to say. Active sonar is still a negative 29. Passive, they can't hear us for nothing. They don't have any sonar. This is, it can detect us. Let's go ahead and drop to 100.
Make depth 100 feet. Dive I.
Wow, okay, well, hopefully we are able to drop a... Yes, let's go ahead and drop. Yeah. Not fast, but definitely. Still able to detect this. It slowed down. Of course it slowed down. Hit her. Okay. That's okay. Oh.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Why wasn't I running silent? Oh yes, of course I forgot. Yes, that's alright. Well, running silent means nothing in the face of active sonar.
Con, dive at 100 feet. Dive I.
Well, either way, he's dead.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
Let's just go ahead and simply carry out our
Shoot 2-2. Aye, sir.
most certainly.
Shoot 2-3. Aye, sir.
Let's change our colors to...
Come left to 050. Helm I.
Okay. You can see their torpedoes have made their way. Now, as we change direction, we'll look at the battle map. That's what I like to say. Let's see. We'll have right. Actually, I may have you activate. 4.5 looks good. For 2 though, yeah.
Con, fire control. Weapon acquired.
Wonderful, wonderful news. If that's the case, then you can run. Looks like it's in a different direction then. Oh. Perhaps this is running louder. Well, in either case, let's go ahead and activate this and turn this.
Con, helm, steady course.
That way we are all.
Con, fire control. Weapon acquired.
There we go.
Con, fire control. Weapon acquired.
No.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing
Whoa.
088.
What? No way. They couldn't. They didn't. They did.
Con sonar, Sierra 7 is classified as submerged submarine.
Oh. Well, in that case, let us.
Con,
move.
fire control. Weapon acquired.
Let
Come
us-
left to 288.
Actually, let's just
Helm I.
uh,
Come left to 000. Helm I.
Alright, well, in that case, let's.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 205. Contact breaking up.
Alright, well, that's cool and all. What I'm more concerned with is my
Make
health.
depth
So,
250
health of me
feet.
and
Dive
my
I.
So let's go ahead and we're changing direction to 000, we're heading north, due north, and we are, I believe due north. Either way, we're headed north.
Con, fire control. Weapon acquired. Con, fire control. Weapon acquired. Con.
Con, less than 50 feet below the keel.
Actually, let's, go
Come left to 290. Helm I.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 085.
Alright, while all of that is nice and dandy, I still have the actual target not sunk.
Con, fire control.
Target
Weapon
that
acquired.
needs to be sunk.
Shoot 2-4. Aye, sir.
Let's go ahead and see if we can.
Con,
get
fire
that
control.
sunk.
Weapon acquired. Con, fire control. Weapon acquired.
Okay. Well, it looks like a 81% solution. So they did have.
Con Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 7, last bearing 096.
Alright, well, looks
Contact
like
breaking
the
up.
SSK, the song SSK, is
Con
is up.
sonar, noisemaker bearing 084.
Sierra 2, Jiangsu number 3, or improved, has been targeted by torpedo number 1, torpedo number 4. It's on its way to Sierra 3, the AOR ship, in
Con,
order
dive
to
at 250 feet, dive high.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired. Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Oh, you are a little tricky, son of a gun, aren't you? That's all good. Don't matter. I still got 13 minutes worth of life in that torp. Oh, I see. So that's why.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 090.
Con, helm, steady course.
Shoot tube 8. Aye, sir.
Now I'm shooting a MOS, or a torpedo decoy, bearing 005 in that direction, because these little icons, as you can see here, they are airdrop sonar buoys. They are buoys that have passive sonar equipped with them, and so they act as passive listening posts, essentially, on the waves. So, with that being said,
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
how dare you, sir? Back to where you're supposed to be.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Thank God that torpedo was wired. Either way, as I was saying, I shot this torpedo decoy in that direction because the torpedo decoys are have the same acoustic or sound signature and electronic signature as the how does one put it, as the propeller signature, sound and electronic, of my own propellers. So according to the enemy, I am
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 143. Contact breaking up.
Good news. Let's have you run in a circle, as it would appear you were having trouble sinking a surface ship.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
There we go. We just need to keep our direction. In fact, since all these buoys are north of us, let us head southwest.
Come left to 240. Helm aye.
Alright, now all we can do is watch the party. Speed up time here just a tinge.
Con sonar, noisemaker
Just a
bearing
wee bit.
10.
Con, helm, steady course.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Once again, sir, you are out of your place. There we go. It's flashing colors. Must have. I see. He's having trouble because of the decoy. Now he's. Let's switch you to active since you're having so much trouble. And you are getting way too close.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 1.
Come right to 260. Helm aye.
Okay, I've had enough of these shenanigans. I'm going to head.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
What's also nice about this mod is that the data link actually does update the map. Data link from the torpedo to the ship. I mean, I like that. I like that about this game very much.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Got 7 minutes. Or at least.
Con,
it should
helm,
update.
steady course.
Of course, there could be a delay, or sometimes it may not update. One way or another. Oh, he is running, isn't he? And we are running silently. Nice. Why are you headed southbound? If I'm hearing a sonar ping coming a little bit to your east, to your left. I don't hear any. Oh, I see. I see. I see.
Shoot tube 5. Aye, sir.
Must have targeted it targeted the merchant, but oh, isn't that a war? Okay. Let's go ahead and just simply focus on sinking this Jiangju 3. Let's go ahead and move you a bit here, actually. There you go. It's going to activate in just a moment. It's going to go shallow, and then it will activate with active sonar. Was he tracking me? No, it does not appear so. Unless he was temporarily, and then decided to speed up preemptively in case I shot a torpedo. In which case, he should have shot a torpedo at me.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Looks like the captain was panicking very much.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 140.
Nope. No, sir. No, sir. I will manually guide you in until you have a lock again. Acquire. Come on.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Awesome. Good news. Good news. Good news.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 145.
No, you don't.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Con sonar lost contact.
Awesome. And
Sierra 2,
congratulations,
last
we are
bearing
done. We are out here.
146. Contact breaking up.
Actually, we can see him now. Nice kill. Nice kill. Good hit. Alright, and we are out of here. Awesome. Well, looks like we have a mission update from headquarters. It says, subject, mission update, body. Good to hear you intercepted and destroyed the enemy replenishment resources. Keep up the good work. Further orders to be transmitted on this downlink. Stand by for new orders on this downlink. Alright, and a news report. Quiet seas. U.S. warships and submarines have taken up several new strategic positions, including some around the Yellow Sea, in response to significantly reduced Chinese naval activity. Sources close to the Pentagon say the war has taken a heavy toll on enemy naval operations, and that their supply lines continue to be heavily strained. Recent NATO gains at sea have decreased the number of warships needed to maintain control in several regions. Many vessels from these regions have rapidly been reassigned to other duties within the region. All right. And we have a new order. We have new mission orders. However, that will be for another video, which will come out very soon. Otherwise, thank you for joining me in this first part one of the hopefully a new cold water series. Please join me for the next one. God bless you and have a good day. Or don't, you know, you do you. It's your life, your choices.